Hi, this is Tracy Tofte with Patrick Lopez and Associates, and this is 411realestatetv.com. Today we're with Martin Rodriguez from Prospect Mortgage. And Martin, I wanted to talk to you about people that are first-time home buyers. Their perception is that it's a lot cheaper to rent than to purchase. Therefore, they're still renting. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a great question. We do have an unusual set of circumstances right now in Santa Clarita. Rent prices have actually been coming up pretty consistently for the past several years.
Yes.
I'm sure your renter clients probably know that.
Yes.
So the truth is that it's actually cheaper right now to buy a property than it is to rent. Okay? There's three reasons why people aren't making that transition. It's either one, they don't know about it, so hopefully your message here will get out and help a few people in that arena.
Absolutely.
But number two is either they have a credit issue or they don't have the down payment. And we can help them overcome some of those. So for those people that do have the ability to have good credit and have some down payment, they have an opportunity of being able to get into a home with a lower monthly payment than what they're currently paying for in rent. And if you take a look at this slide here that I've prepared, Tracy, it does kind of a study over a 5-year comparison of what it costs to rent. And I used a typical home, a $2,300 monthly rent payment is typical for about an 1,800 square foot home, which is the same house we'll use in our model here for owning. And landlords will typically raise the rent payment about 5% a year. So after a 5-year run, that renter tenant has paid about $152,000 in 5 years. That's a lot of money. And at the end of it all, you really don't have much to show for it. You've got a roof over your head, which is fine, but it's not yours, it's somebody else's. So we want you to be able to own, we want you to take a look at what it's going to cost. So if we took a starter home with about a $350,000 sales price, and that's a pretty typical price, right, Tracy?
Absolutely.
And with FHA financing, which is a 3.5% down payment, we have a loan amount of $341. It gives you a monthly payment of $1,831. That's with a 5% interest rate. So as you can see, the payment by itself is definitely lower than the rent. But Tracy, I want to make sure that you and all your clients have all the numbers because you do have taxes and insurance that you'll have to pay as a homeowner now. So the payment is $2,513. So you might say, okay, that's a little bit more than what I was paying in rent. But the truth is you have a tax benefit. And a lot of first-time home buyers aren't familiar with this because they've been renting. As a renter, you don't have a tax write-off. As a homeowner, you do. So you get to write off some of your mortgage payment. So after the 5 years of paying, we have $150,000 in payments. We take away the tax benefit that you get. That's really $126,000 that you've paid over 5 years. And when you compare that to what you were paying before as a renter, that same home over 5 years is $25,000 less expensive to own than it is to rent. So that's a very unique set of circumstances that we have right now in Santa Clarita. These are actual models. I interviewed property management customers. I've even interviewed other realtors such as yourself to try to make sure that my numbers were accurate. And we have seen consistently that if we can help people overcome the credit and down payment issue,
right,
we can get them into a home for a lot less than renting.
And Martin, we can come up with a game plan for them to repair their credit. And also, I'm not sure everyone is aware, but you can come down with as little as 3.5% down to make an FHA purchase on
That's
home.
correct. And there's even some cases with specialized loan products for some groups of people, you know, VAs and
correct,
policemen and so forth, that might even allow them to even have even extra perks on it. So the key is getting people involved to develop their strategy, their action plan for themselves, because it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of world, but we can help them cross that bridge.
Okay, very good. Well, if you have any further questions, please feel free to give us a call, 661-290-3765. Thanks, Martin.
Thanks, Tracy.
Okay.